Hello wrestling fans and welcome to another edition of MPW Express. I am your host, Mud Puppet Joel, and today we take another look back at title turmoil, where Bryce Sullivan looked to continue his path of destruction when he and manager Jonathan Presley issued yet another open challenge. Oh, look out here, DAMONE off the top of this one, rollicking right from the get-go. Of course, another Bryce Sullivan open challenge. DAMONE answering the bell this time, surprising the big man, and he's put him on his back and down to the mat very quickly, Ryan.
Oh, this young man is a high flyer, and we saw it there coming out quick, and maybe that's the key to beating Bryce Sullivan. No one's been able to figure it out thus far in MPW.
Perhaps a drop kick there. Of course, DAMONE, one half of the tag team with Andrew Sullivan of Black and Yellow.
It's an interesting tag team name.
I ain't touching that one.
Bryce Sullivan takes him over with a vicious suplex, really wrenched the neck there.
Well, that's what Bryce Sullivan brings. It's just raw, unmitigated power.
Yes, indeed. He is a big, big boy, and he's not afraid to hurt somebody. Laying it in with a vicious chop right to the back.
Gotta say, it did not take him long to recover from that ambush by DAMONE.
I like DAMONE's idea. I like the attempt, but
Oh, absolutely.
you just see it's hard to hurt this guy.
Absolutely. After watching this guy, I mean, his Andrew Lee, DAMONE's tag team partner, was one of the guys he's demolished. And after seeing what Bryce Sullivan has done in his short time in MPW, absolutely I don't blame him. I'd have brought a damn lead pipe to the ring with me if I could have got it in without the ref seeing.
You know, it's a dangerous combination. The power of Bryce Sullivan, along with the mind of Jonathan Presley out there, the devious, scheming mind of Jonathan Presley out there calling the shots. That's been a bad combo for anyone who's stepped in the ring with this man.
Right now, DAMONE eats an enormous boot to the face, and right now, he'd be wise to roll out of the ring and regroup, because if it continues as it is, this one is not going to go much longer.
Yeah, I believe Dash needs a moment to clear his head. That boot really knocked him loopy.
He's fighting back here, breaks that hold, throws a few punches. See if he can use it to his advantage. He's got to use his speed, though. Oh, my goodness. Oh!
We turned absolutely inside out by the belly-to-back suplex.
That was brutal. And you saw DAMONE. You know, it was almost as if he got a little offense, and he was almost surprised by it.
Yeah.
And that moment's hesitation cost him. And there he is once more on his back. And right now Bryce Sullivan looks like he'd get the win. Even the official there is asking him, what are you doing? Pulling DAMONE up at 2.5. Presley on the apron. That's his second home, I believe. I believe he actually pays rent there.
Does he? I wonder how much it is.
It's got to be expensive for as often as he's there. Jawbreaker by DAMONE. Perhaps a last-ditch effort here. He get back in this thing. He's going up top, and hey, I think it's the right decision. High risk, high reward, almost falls off. Oh, gee, goodness, well, he's probably got his marbles scrambled pretty good up there.
I think we might still be seeing the effects of that boot to the face. It seems like DAMONE's never recovered from it, and he is caught.
Caught and in big trouble right now. What is Bryce Sullivan doing? Bryce Sullivan, no aerialist. He's on the first rope. He's going to the second rope. DAMONE clinging for dear life. Off the second rope, Sullivan is going to destroy the man. Throws him across the ring.
Oh,
that's got to be it. That is just called. I don't even need to see a pinfall here. I'm fine with the referee checking him and calling this thing.
He threw him clear across the ring.
Getting instructions from Jonathan Presley now.
What does Presley have to tell him at this point? He just threw the man halfway across, the whole way across the ring.
I imagine he wants to see his client's signature maneuver right here. The writing on the wall, and Bryce Sullivan is not playing around. Up, DAMONE goes down to the mat, and that will do it. 1, 2, and 3, absolutely.
Here's your winner, Bryce Sullivan.
A spirited effort out of the gate for DAMONE, but after that, it was pretty much dominance by Bryce Sullivan. Ryan, that just leads to the question, who's going to challenge him next? DAMONE may have started strong, but in the end, like those that have come before him, he was stopped dead by the writing on the wall. However, Bryce Sullivan didn't stop there. Take a look.
Now, what are they complaining to the referee about? Your man got the win, Presley. I don't understand this.
Presley just gave him the old Emperor's thumbs down. That's exactly what happened. Oh. And this is the kind of stuff that I think is going to be Bryce Sullivan's a pitfall for him. This is not what you do on the path to championships. This is the type of stuff the promoter has got to come down on.
I gotta believe some money will be taken out of his envelope for that action.
An abuse of an official for no good reason. You won the match.
The writing's on the wall. Imminent doom for everybody.
You heard the words yourself. It's only a matter of time before Bryce Sullivan sets his sights on the top prize. Speaking of the MPW Heavyweight Championship, it has been the cause of a heated rivalry lately. Austin MANIX, who won the title last September in a 6-man tournament, had enjoyed the security of having Eddie VENOM around. But after a particularly tough loss to Jamie Cox and P.D. Williams, well, a monster was reawoken. So it was that heading into title turmoil, Austin MANIX was set to defend his title against an unknown opponent in a match with a randomly drawn stipulation. Fate, as it seems, has a way of settling old scores.
Weighing in tonight and 280 pounds, born and raised in South Detroit, here is Eddie VENOM!
Tough draw for Austin MANIX. Indeed, these two, of course, have a lot of history together. Austin MANIX was victorious last fall in a triple threat match to claim the title that involved Eddie VENOM. They, of course, were something of running buddy, tag team partners after that, had a falling out, and now it's time to see if Austin MANIX is going to get his comeuppance.
Austin MANIX cannot be happy about this all.
Absolutely not, Ryan. Probably the last guy he wanted to see coming out of that locker room was Eddie VENOM. Multiple-time former champion here in MPW and all sorts of promotions throughout Michigan and the Midwest. He's a giant. They call him the Monster for a reason. He is re-energized. We've stated before. I mean, Eddie came out at the beginning of the year and said he'd be retired from active in-ring wrestling after 2013. And now we have to find out what's the stipulation on the match.
Championship match.
Big Bubba Luscious with the call.
Oh, give me a minute. Give me a minute.
And give him a minute. What is he going to get,
Ladies and
Ryan?
gentlemen, Bubba is going to the back to introduce the stipulation.
Okay. Well, there's no cage above the ring, so it's not a steel cage match.
What could it be?
The stipulation of tonight's MPW Heavyweight
It looks like a
Championship
lumberjack match.
is a lumberjack
Indeed it is. Here come the troops. Some Sweet Willie Watts there. Great Akuma, Mark Joka, Bryce Sullivan. I saw, of course, Jonathan Presley there a moment ago. All surrounding the ring in an effort to keep the combatants inside the squared circle. You see Austin MANIX there. Doesn't look too pleased, Ryan. Looks like he's giving the official some directions there. And I guess really no further recourse for him but to complain a little bit at this point.
You know, this is kind of a double whammy here for Austin MANIX. He finds out that he's got Eddie VENOM to face, and also Austin MANIX is very much a lone wolf when it comes to his friendships and his actions. So him having all these extra wrestlers around the ring, I don't think he likes that either. Ooh, a bit of disrespect to start the match.
You know, for some time, as Eddie wails on Manix there, I found Austin Manix to be annoying, quite frankly. He liked to run his mouth, but he has shown me, to me, he's proven that he can go in the ring, and he really he does have the ability to, he seems to, what's the expression, to be able to punch above his weight class.
Yeah, he likes to run his mouth, as you said, but he backs it up, and that's the hallmark of the champion oftentimes. Eddie asking if he should toss him out there, and here we'll see the Lumberjacks just kind of watching him a little wary right now.
A little lackadaisical there. I mean, well, of course, many of these guys have participated earlier in the night as Eddie brings him back into the ring. And, of course, they obviously, you know, didn't know why they were pulled up at the last minute, I'm sure.
Just found out they were going to be called into duty here.
When the man that signs the check says, head out to ringside, you really don't have much choice.
Absolutely. Ooh, wow.
Big chopped Austin Manix puts him down to the mat. Just spring up some welts on his chest. Then he throws him out again. This time, Trey Miguel looking to get in there. You know, and it's always amusing to me in lumberjack matches. You know, the simple roll just to throw a guy back into the ring, and everyone likes to get in a few licks.
Oh, I mean, a lot of times these guys don't necessarily like the guys in the ring, so they might want to get a few shots in them. And that was a nice suplex to bring Austin Manix back into a cover.
You know,
only at one.
Sometimes I think it's that you obviously have certain rivalries that have already been established, but other times I really think it's just like a mob mentality. It's like on the schoolyard. You see one kid getting piled on, and it just looks like fun, so you get in a few shots of your own.
What sort of horrible human being are you?
Just, come on, you never seen a schoolyard beaten?
Not from that point of view. Austin Manix now laying in a couple of vicious kicks to Eddie Venom, and that's what he's going to have to do, Joel, is keep the big guy down on the canvas if he wants to keep his title.
Absolutely. That's always a strategy. Chop the giant down. How do you do that? You take out his knees, and now Eddie's going to get a turn on the outside, and there's big Bryce Sullivan, Mark Joe, no doubt. They're instantly putting the boots to him. Even Akuma getting in on the action, and who you have there? Oh, Andy Muscat, Willie Watts, and the gang make their way over to break this thing up. And everybody separates for the time being as Eddie rolls back into the ring.
It's getting kind of volatile there on the outside, Joel, on cover. I'm a little worried, to be honest with you. We've seen these kind of things break down in the past.
Got a number of guys on the outside there. Manix delivers a knee to Venom. They have a lot of history with each other. Willie Watts and Andy Muscat have a lot of bad blood with JP Investments and his clients.
And definitely, as you said, some of these guys were wrestling each other earlier in the night, and Mark Joka gets caught with this red-handed right there by the camera.
Jeez, never one to miss a beat there, Mark Joka. You know, inconspicuously been missing from the PWL.
Yes.
For some time now.
Oh,
yeah.
Cooking up something. You know, Mark Joka, never without a scheme at hand.
Right now, Austin Manix is in control. Nice leg drop there. Hey, from what I hear, from what's the word around town is that Mayor Joe Peterson ran him out of town.
Are you serious?
Mark Joka ran his mouth for a long time. We all know this. Took some very personal shots, professional shots, both at the mayor. And it seems finally that Mayor Peterson has rid the city of the Albanian nightmare, is what he calls himself.
I don't buy that for a second. Mark Joka is too proud of a man to be run out of any city.
Hasn't been seen in about two and a half months now.
He's got something up his sleeve. Kuma now throwing Venom back in for a cover.
Two count.
You know, Joel, as you mentioned, Eddie Venom has announced that he will retire at the end of this calendar year. And
yes.
You got to believe that winning the title would mean a little something extra, Eddie, with that in mind. Just knowing that this may be his last chance at winning this match.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody, you know, a young guy obviously wants to make his mark. You're in the prime of your career, you want to be the man. And in the twilight of your career, you want to have that one last moment in the sun. So absolutely, and to do it against a guy like Austin Manix, who Venom had a falling out with, I think, yes, obviously would mean a lot to the Motor City Monster.
Of course, I mean, everybody wants to go out on top. Everyone wants to prove that they still got it. And what better way to prove you still got it than in your retirement year beating a long-reigning, tough champion like Austin Manix? That would be quite the feather in the cap.
Ooh, heel kick there. puts him right back down to the mat.
Manix keeps hitting moves like that. We're not going to see that play out.
Well, I mentioned before, Austin Manix, he was a wild card when he came in.
Sure.
Scarcely been seen in MPW. He was an absolute dark horse in that tournament of 6 and ended up coming out the winner, and he's held on to the title ever since. And I've said before, his survival instincts in that ring are really second to none.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that helps him stand out. Here he comes in, and Eddie Venom able to backdrop him over to the apron.
And you know what? He almost looked like he may have torqued his elbow or shoulder trying to stay on that apron because he didn't want this to happen. And right now, it is a pack of dogs attacking over there.
And that is that mob mentality. Mark Joka trying to break it up. He got in his shots on the other side.
Getting into it with Andy Muscat right there and Andrew Lee. They shove him back into the ring. Yeah, absolutely. Those lumberjacks are getting out of hand over there. Now Venom, you see there, his nose has been opened up in a big clothesline. It seems to have stimulated the monster. And Austin Manix could be in big trouble right here. Body slam down to the mat, and Venom is pumped up right now. Oftentimes, the sight of your own blood, knowing that the opponent has opened you up in that fashion, it gives you a shot of adrenaline. 2 count there.
Definitely seems to be the case with the Motor City Monster. He is seeing red, definitely. He's going to keep it up here. Austin Manix very smart with the jawbreaker.
And you see there a desperation move, a survival move right there. And again, he has grounded Eddie Venom.
Manix has been very good at cutting off whenever Venom is able to get any offense going. Manix has been able to cut it off very quickly.
Runs that patent knee right into his face, goes for the quick cover, but Eddie showing some resilience, kicks out there. Right now, Manix possibly wondering what exactly he has to do to put the giant down.
And that's one of the hard things when you're in there against a guy the size of an Eddie Venom. A lot of times you can't use your regular offense.
Missed that one though, thrown in the corner and a big body slam there. That could be it for Austin Manix. 1, 2, and he kicks out 2.5. Venom that close to reclaiming the MPW Heavyweight Championship.
Eddie knows it. He's signaling he's going to go for the kill here. Can he finish Austin Manix off?
Blood continues to come down his face. Manix reverses that one, and it's Eddie, and this could be it. Plants his face right to the mat. 1, 2, and 2 3/4 there. Again, you see Austin Manix, these moves seemingly out of nowhere when he is on the edge of oblivion.
Yeah, that split-second survival mode he goes into really helps him out. Manix, maybe a little bit frustrated, Joel. I think we're really starting to see that now.
I can't blame him. It's tough. You got a man the size of Eddie Venom
Whoa.
coming at you. Ducks the
Able to get him
clothesline.
up.
This could be it here. Eddie sets him up in the Venom Bomb. It's got to be it. Count the pin. 1, 2, 3. We have a new MPW Heavyweight Champion. The Motor City Monster, Eddie Venom, has reclaimed the big prize and has eluded him for a good 1.5 years ever since he lost it what was the show? The Halloween show in 2011.
Oh, yeah.
When it was Big Chuck Wagon.
That's right.
Cashed in his contract and surprised a tired Eddie Venom at the time. But Eddie Venom has climbed the mountain once again.
Much respect to the Motor City Monster, Eddie Venom. Got to give it up also for Austin Manix. He fought a hard-fought match, had a great title reign.
Yeah, and honestly, I can say that he was a fighting champion. End of the day, though, I think he did run his mouth a little too much. You remember, like I mentioned, these guys were tag team partners. All right, and it was Splitsville because of a particularly tough loss they had, and that infuriated Eddie Venom when Austin got in his face. And this is the end result. Sometimes, it's best to let a giant sleep. I think that's the lesson we've learned here today.
Well, Eddie Venom is bloody, he is battered, but he is a champion and he stands victorious.
Now the only question is, who is going to take that strap for him before he retires at the end of the year? Or will he perhaps fulfill that destiny and retire on top of the mountain? Never one to go quietly, Austin Manix had some words for Eddie Venom after the match.
Title turmoil. My opponent was randomly picked. Except for it didn't seem so random when the pick was Eddie Venom. Just so happens, last month, Eddie Venom, you cracked me over the head with my own title belt. And somehow, you get to face me one-on-one. Tonight, you got lucky. Tonight, you took one of the most important things in my life. You took my 10 pounds of gold. You see, Eddie, I get my rematch. It's in my contract. I get it, and there's nothing you can do about it. No, there's nothing that you can do about it, because my life is going to be dedicated. It's going to be dedicated to tracking you down next month and beating you within an inch of your life until that title comes back where it belongs.
Of course, Austin MANIX wasn't the only one with some post-match comments. Your new MPW heavyweight champion, Eddie Venom.
That's right. That's right, baby. That gold came back to where it belongs. Right here with the Motor City Monster, Eddie Venom. As you can see, I might be a little beaten up. I might be a little bloody. I might be a little scarred. But I fought, and I fought for my heavyweight belt. Austin MANIX, I'll give it to you. You put up a good fight. But you can't keep a monster down. And now, it's right where it belongs. And I can't wait to defend this belt at the next show. So whoever it's going to be, whenever it's going to be, I'm ready to go, baby. Let's do this now.
With the Motor City Monster re-energized and refocused, it will be no small feat for any wrestler to claim the MPW Heavyweight Championship. Well, fans, that is all the time we have for today. For MPW Express, I'm Mud Puppet Joel.